Hi everyone, this is C. Welcome to my channel, Minimal Chic SF. I make videos on fashion, luxury, sustainability, minimalism, and today's video is on one of my favorite passions of life, organization, and specifically organization for shoes. So if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, welcome back. And I'm going to say, if you like this kind of content, please give me a like. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'm going to gloss over what we're going to talk about today, and then we'll just dive right in. So I'll give a bit of background on my storage solutions, why I moved to these boxes, talk about the pros and cons, as well as my ultimate recommendation. Just for background again, I have been in no way paid to give this opinion on this product. My opinions are all my own. I bought it with my own money. And all I'm going to say is my hope is that this video is helpful for you. When I was researching storage solutions, I came across these boxes, but there were not a lot of videos on how these would work for somebody who had a stiletto collection. So I am going to give you as much information on the questions that I was asking myself, and my hope is that it helps you. And I'm going to say, just as you're doing your research, I would say I recommend that you do your own research and make sure that this works for you. So these are the large, clear men's drop front boxes. For the video, I have taken the doors down. The top ones have them, and I will be honest, it's just to help reduce the glare while I'm talking, because these boxes, as beautiful as they are, and everybody will tell you this, they do have a lot of glare, and that's just not helpful if I'm trying to film video on it. So again, for background, I had a lot of shoes and I had a lot of clothes, and as I made the move to minimalism, I decided that I didn't need as much. I had 30 pairs of shoes overall. I've reduced that by about half, and I would say the bulk of what you're seeing is what's left of my heel collection. And this fits within my closet. I have all of my hanging clothes to the right, and you can just see that right here, so I'm going to pan over quickly. I don't have a large closet, and I would say this is a good solution for somebody who wants to show off their shoes, doesn't have the option for a walk-in closet, and kind of like wants to tuck it away. I had expandable shoe racks, which kind of like were outside of my closet, and over time they just got to be a bit cumbersome. And when I say cumbersome, I mean like I had to worry about the racks kind of falling apart, and I kind of didn't like the fact that I could only display the shoes in one direction, as well as the fact that dust always got on them. And I would say for people who work hard and spend their money on shoes, you would, if you're like me, you want to extend the longevity of them just to help keep them going. I don't really want to buy any new shoes, and so I would say, like, for me, this kind of made sense. I could store them off, and B, I could tuck them away. Now I can close my closet doors if I don't want to see them, and if like I need to be on a Zoom call or whatever for work, like this is now an option for me. So I'm going to talk on the pros of these and the cons of these. Pros and cons. Why I chose the large men's boxes is because the average height of my heel is about 4 inches. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't, on the Container Store website, when I looked at the women's heels shoe boxes, they didn't look tall enough to hold my heels. They looked like they could hold a kitten heel. They looked like they could hold a flat. I didn't even bother trying. So I would say, if you're doing your research, if you have the option to go to the store, maybe bring a pair of heels and see if they can go into the women's boxes or go into the men's boxes. The women's boxes obviously take up less space, so you can fit in more shoes. But for me, I wasn't interested in having space as much as I was having them just like kept in good condition, and I was okay to have the space. So the pros are, it does a great job of keeping the dust out of these shoes. I've had this solution for about a month, and I've been living with it, and I'm really happy to pass along this information, because I can give you a more realistic view of it. At least that is my hope. They keep the dust off your shoes. I've had all of these buttoned up for about a month. It was really not hard at all to put this together. Nothing on them broke when I picked them up at the store, and I would say, like, the dust is out and they all look fabulously displayed. I no longer have to worry about shoes knocking each other, because as you can see, like, sometimes men have adornments like these rock studs, and I no longer have to worry about things getting kind of like jostled or wrecked. So that's kind of like the benefit. The glass front drawers really do help me visualize and see what I have, and it does help me really keep me honest. Now that I only have a set number of boxes, I am definitely thinking way more hard about, like, if I want to buy a new pair of shoes compared to in the past when I was just being kind of mindless. Because my rule is one in, one out. And right now, I don't want to get rid of any of these. I love all of them. And I would say, like, displaying them has really helped me, like, fall in love with a pair again. Like this pair here, this gold pair, I got those in Tuscany, and, like, I was saving them for, like, a special occasion, and now that I have them, I'm like, wow, these are really beautiful, and no, I don't want to get rid of them. So, like, it's really helped me reestablish, like, what I have in storage and take stock of my clothing. So ultimately, that's kind of great. The cons of these boxes are the dimensions, and I want to get a bit more into that. And I would say these little storage holes. So number one, you're limited on the dimensions. My hope, and I really tried measuring truthfully, I thought it would be okay. My hope is that I could put all 4 of these right here in this area. I can't do that. I'm limited by the closet bar and the height of the shelf above. So I would say, if you're limited by dimensions, this may or may not work for you. So I will recommend you really do your measurement heights and you see that it'll work. Ultimately, it's fine for me. I have, because I color coordinate my shoes, I was able to really break it up by color section, and all the pinks are now on top. Because it's winter right now while I'm filming, like, it's not it helps with breaking up the seasonality of it. So it ended up working out for me. Ultimately, that may or may not be a deterrent for you. The other thing, the glare on these. If you're looking to snap photos of your shoe collection for social media, that might get to be a bit of a pain. Again, I have the drop box fronts down for filming, and I would say if I didn't, you would see a glare, and it would not be cute. Let's put it that way. Another con is the boxes themselves. They have stacking abilities, and in order for them to stack, there are 2 tiny holes at the back of each box in which they kind of clip in. For somebody who is storing sneakers or a flat heel, this would not be a problem. If you're storing stilettos, however, this might be a challenge. At least it was for me. So you can see this pair of shoes, which I flipped around. If I move it too far to the left or the right, one of these heels will fall into the holes that are used for stacking. And over time, I'm sure that will scuff and ruin the heel. So my solution was to flip and have one shoe face front and the heel face the back. Ultimately, I do like the way that looks more. It's aesthetically pleasing to see both the back and the front, and I would say, like, it worked out. But that might be a concern for you if you're somebody who wants to face both shoes forward. Another con would be the dimensions of the box. I'm going to mention again, my smallest pair of heels is 110 millimeters, or about 4 to 4.5 inches. If you have heels larger than that, or taller than that, I should say, these boxes, and you want to store them upright like I am, these boxes may not work for you. You might have to swap them on the side like I do for my Aquazuras and my brown boots. And I would say if that's something you can live with, that's great. If you're somebody who absolutely wants to store them upright, this may not be an option for you. So again, I just want to emphasize that. Like I could, and I really mean like it's not just the heel height, it's the length of the entire shoe. Again, you can see it holds most of my stilettos fine, but like the boot and the aquazers, the bow ties, which I did a separate video on, I recommend you watch it. Like anything that has something that might clear or go too high, that's not going to, like, it would ruin and damage these shoes if I put them upright. Like I could do it, but because it crushes them, I'm like, no. So I can live with it looking like this with them on the side, but yeah, it would be nice ultimately if I could stack them all up and have it look more uniform. But it is what it is. This is probably the best product on the market that I've seen so far. I'm, again, not being paid or remunerated in any way. And it's not like I've used any other product, but these seem to be like the most sturdy. And I would say when I did my due diligence, reading other people's reviews of other products, they didn't seem to be, the reviews didn't seem to really kind of match up on the quality. So these definitely seem to have been good on quality. Would I buy them again? I would say for my closet space and my closet storage solutions, yes, absolutely. If I had the opportunity, however, to go into a walk-in closet, I don't know. I think that would have different implications based on the width of the boxes, as well as the fact um does it look good with it, or does it look a little extra and unnecessary? The goal in doing this was so that things looked uncluttered and it was more visually pleasing. And again, moving to a walk-in closet would have its own implications for dust. So I would say for a small closet where you're really looking to show off boxes, or if you have the opportunity to do like a wall of shoes, sure, go for it. The cost is another thing that I would recommend you look into. These are not cheap, but again, if you're looking to protect a good pair of shoes or something that's over a certain dollar amount, I'd say like $200 to $300. Yeah, I would consider investing in these. Personally, my shoe collection is on that price range and higher. So I would say it made sense for me. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any further questions or comments down below, please leave them for me. Again, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Thanks and bye.